Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another video. I'm Shakia Chanel, also known as Coach Shakia. I'm a coordinator for Asphalt Green's Recess Enhancement Program, also known as REP. At REP, our goal is to make recess safe, active, and fun. But before we learn a new game today, let's go over our safety tips. Tip 1, everyone should be washing their hands for at least 20 seconds before and after playing any game. Tip 2, everyone should be practicing social distancing. So everyone should be standing at least 6 feet apart from each other at all times. Tip 3, and this one can be a little tough, we have to remember not to touch our face. And we have to remind our students constantly throughout the day not to touch their faces. And tip 4, if you have to cough or sneeze, please don't do it into your hands. Make sure you cough or sneeze into your arms. 2 thumbs up if you understand, and 2 thumbs up if you are ready to learn a new game. Awesome. In this video, I'm going to be using the REP model, which stands for Ready, Explain, Play, to teach you about our cool game called Hit Record. What's the name of the game? Hit Record. So Hit Record can be played in many different spaces. It's a really good game for students in grades K through 5th. You can maintain the appropriate distance for social distancing while playing this game and safety. And best part is you don't need any equipment to play this game. Let's start with ready. So there's a couple things that we need to do to get ready to lead our game. The first thing we want to do is map out our play space and designate boundaries. Second, we want to make sure that we remove anything that might pose a safety risk to our students in our play area. We also want to make sure that we have all the equipment that we need in order to play our game. For Hit Record, we don't need any equipment at all. And last, we want to make sure that we gather our students in an organized but spaced out fashion. So for instance, let's say for Hit Record, we are going to be playing this game in a gym. So we want to make sure that our students are spread out evenly 6 feet apart in the gym. I hope you're all still following along. We're going to move on to explain. So when we are going to teach a game to our students, we want to make sure that we give them a brief explanation on how to play the game. When we're doing this, we want to make sure to use a loud, clear voice. We don't want to yell at our students. We just want to command their attention. And we also want to make sure that we check for understanding with open-ended questions. So for a game like Hit Record, a question I would ask them is, what are you going to do when I say rewind? What are you going to do when I say fast forward? And what are you going to do if you mess up? You should have a copy of the rules for Hit Record in front of you. I want you to follow along with me. I'm going to explain the rules to you as if I were explaining it to students. Hi, first graders. Coach Shakia here. Can everybody say hello, Coach Shakia? Hi. Welcome to Recess. Today, I have a fun, cool new game for you guys to play today. The name of the game is called Hit Record. What's the name of the game? Hit Record. All right, so I'm going to need everyone to spread out, all right? Make sure that you are not standing too close to each other. What's our number 1 rule? Yes, 6 feet apart from each other. Okay, so I'm going to call out controls, the same controls that you might find on a video camera or a camera app on your phone, all right? When I call out these controls, that means each control, you have to do a type of movement. We're gonna start off with 3 first, all right? First one is play. When I say play, I want you to just start walking around, all right? The second one is going to be rewind. When I say rewind, I want you to start walking backwards, okay? And the last one, just for now, will be pause. When I say pause, all I want you to do is stop and then jump, okay? And then when we continue the game, I'm gonna add in some more different controls, all right? Now, if you mess up or if I trick you, don't worry, you're not out of the game. All you have to do is a silly dance or some 5 jumping jacks. How does that sound? Good. So what happens when I say play? Yes, you walk around. And what if I say rewind? Yeah, you walk backwards. And when I say pause, what are you going to do? Good job. You're going to stop and jump. And what happens if you mess up? Right, silly dance or jumping jacks. All right, what's the name of the game? Hit record. Good, let's get started. And those are the rules for hit record. Let's move on to play. After we explain the game to our students, we get to play the game. And a couple things that we want to keep in mind when we are playing hit record is, first thing is you want them to practice spreading out in an open space. This is good practice for any game that you might be playing. Next is you want to demonstrate to your students how they should be moving and how you want them to move with every control that you give out. So if I say rewind, remember they're going to be walking backwards. So you need to teach them how to walk backwards properly so that they won't be bumping into each other. Next, you want to make sure that while you're playing the game, you are giving out the commands as frequently as possible to keep the game really active and them moving at all times. You also might want to switch up the person who is giving out the commands. And lastly, you always want to add extra activity. So we started the game off with just 3 commands. You want to add in more commands like fast forward. So that means that they could run really fast or skip, or something like freeze frame and they freeze. Get some input from your students. You can do something like filter, and the kids can make a funny face as if they're doing using a filter from an app. You also want to have them do something like if they mess up, they can do a silly dance or an exercise for just that extra bit of activity. I hope you had fun learning about our game today. We'll have a fun new safe game for you all to learn tomorrow. Stay tuned for more videos. And like I always say, have fun and be safe. Bye, guys.